Hi, my name is Sumed Rantive, and I am the EPAC lead for digital innovation. I'm responsible for the regional charter to further value creation and growth for our brands. And in this journey of ours, we look forward to working with startups and innovation partners to amplify our outcomes. And we are delighted to partner with IMDA to scout for providers to solve for the opportunities we are pursuing. I'll hand it over to Ipsita for an introduction.
Hi, I'm Ipshita Ghosh. I look after the consumer and business analytics function for Asia Pacific for Kimberly-Clark for baby and childcare specifically. We are really excited on that we are part of this journey with you, and we look forward to partnering with you to help us solve our problem.
We are looking to find new ways to drive superior product innovations that will delight our consumers, following a three-step process: digitizing our product tests into a single source of truth, predicting product performance on outcomes such as absorbency without creating a physical prototype, and predicting consumer preference without doing a test with our consumers. Our current focus for this challenge is step 3, or understanding our consumer preferences better and making effective predictions on those. And to walk through the challenge in detail, let me hand it over to our IPAC Consumer Insights lead, Ipsita Ghosh.
So thanks, Sumed. As Sumed said, our end goal is to create a model which can predict the market success of our concepts and products without actual consumer testing. So what we are looking for is a substitute or creating a virtual consumer which will help us predict the success of our products going forward. A brief recap of the innovation cycle, and this is what most products go through before they are launched in the market. So there is the idea generation phase, which followed by the idea screening, concept development and testing, and then market strategy and business analysis, then followed by product development. Then we do in-market testing. Then once the product qualifies this stage, we get into market and there is commercialization of the product. In KC, most of the effort and most of the dollars spent is in stage 6, which is after product development. So we have a lot of data on not only lab tests, but also how do consumers react to the new products and prototypes we develop before we enter the market. Just a brief overview of the data we currently have, or which can be accessed or bought from other vendors in the market. So in terms of product testing with consumers, there are two broad types. One is a home usage test and the other is a concept product test. A home usage test is largely a no disaster check where we measure the problem incidence for any prototype that has been developed. A concept product test is where we initially test the concept with the consumer. If the concept qualifies, the consumer gets to test the product and then gives us feedback on the product. In this case, this is a very critical project for us, and it's done for almost all products before they are launched in the market. What we test here is typically what is the overall purchase intention or preference of the consumer for the new prototype developed, benchmark with either current or competition. Also detailed feedback on what features are working and not working. And one other key output of this study is we also measure what drives consumer preference or purchase intention. Apart from this, the output variable which is available is definitely our internal financial numbers as well as the market share. We also track complaints on an ongoing basis. And with the proliferation of social media, we definitely do track how the product is being rated and reviewed on e-com sites. We also look at social media to identify new trends and upcoming trends, which we can capitalize on to launch, to actually create an idea bank of new products that can be launched in the market going forward. Now, what determines success of a new launch and product? As we all know, it's not limited to the product promise and to the product promise as well as the product, the physical product itself. Price, brand, distribution also has a weightage. But if you look at our focus area, it is largely what is the promise and what is the product. So we definitely do pull apart and diagnose every minute detail of what is working for in the concept, which is the promise, as well as what is working and not working in the product. We actually evaluated it for every feature of the product. In terms of pricing, it is largely limited to, we don't do a pricing test in every study. Some studies are also done at an unpriced level, but typically when we do test price, it is largely parity pricing with what is currently available in the market, or a plus or minus 5 index pricing to what is available in the market. Now, given the category, we cannot really mask the brand. So all our studies are actually done where the brand is already disclosed to the consumer, because the brand is present in the outer cover of the diaper. So we do have brand equity index for respective markets, which does tell you whether we are in a leadership or a challenger position, and you can adjust the weightage accordingly of the brand. Distribution data is not taken into consideration for every study. We only use it for studies where a key output variable is the volume estimation. So if we look at the entire roadmap, we will give access to the identified partner to all the past data that we have. Key among them would be all the product tests or the concept tests that we have done. The identified partner would then have to correlate the metrics to also identify what drives the consumers in that particular market, and based on the drivers as well as what has made the product win, develop an algorithm which will predict consumer intention. So the steps that we envision is basically KC to share test results from identified product codes, basically data from past studies, basis which model will be developed for 1 or 2 markets which we pre-select. Then once the model is ready, it will be in the beta testing stage where we would actually test the results of the model with an actual consumer test. If there is any requirement for a model correction at that stage, a model correction will take place, and then we might have another stage of testing. Based on what the results throw up, we will decide whether it's good to go and scale to other markets and the entire region and commercialize, or whether we need to go back to the drawing board and rebuild the model and get into the stage again. That's it from us. Thank you so much. Looking forward to all your questions and clarifications.